Thank you, Al. Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are here Wednesday, September 20th, 2023, zoning citation hearings. We have 10 items on the agenda. Hopefully, we will be able to get through this and relatively short order. Counselor, take it
Good
away.
afternoon, I'm Attorney Gary Oberst, I'm the hearing officer today. To my right, representing the city of Norwalk is John Hideki, his deputy zoning inspector. Sitting in the peanut gallery is Tammy Maldonado, who's the zoning enforcement officer. And this is somebody, this is with the, you see with the.
Not with the.
Now with the city.
Oh, okay,
Now with the city.
so that's the whole city that's been introduced.
You're on the city side, John.
When I call your matter, you'll come and take a seat at the table. I'll hear you, I'll hear interested parties. The city will go first, present its findings. The people cited will have a chance to speak, and any interested party can speak. We also have people maybe who want to come in by Zoom or telephone, we'll allow that as well. And we'll try to find a resolution that satisfies everyone. And if we don't, let's find a resolution that may not satisfy anyone. If you have any questions, bring them to my attention when I call your matter. I apparently have picked a case to go first.
Yeah, that was 4 France Street, which is got representation here by Attorney Hall. Oh, let me get the old share screen up here. Oh, wait, we have somebody here. Okay, we'll do that in a minute. I was curious to see who's here. Share screen. Let's see, first one, 4 France. Where is 4 France?
Just for the record, it's John Hall for Alex at the Mud Park. The owner of Fort France.
It's introduced, but that's okay.
Where is the scanner? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, there it is. There we go. Let's see. Let me see here. Yeah, I know. Yeah, careful there. Watch that. Watch that. There we go. There. Let's see. I am going to stop the share screen for a second because I don't know where that thing went. Let's see. Oh, there it is. As well, you shouldn't be. I wouldn't be impressed either. All right. Let's go back to here. Share screen. Beautiful. Much better. Why didn't it switch up like that? There's a little technical glitch here, folks. I'm trying to work my way through it. I do apologize. Sometimes technology is not as
It's the order of operations, you know what I mean?
yeah. Now I got it. Okay. Whew. So 4 France Street. Last time we were here was in July, and let me get you that decision form. There. And get you the no. Yeah.
Maybe that's
There we go.
underway.
Yeah, to the we know. We know. We're good. You're still fine. You're fine.
Sir, state your name and address for the record.
Alex at the Motfar 171 Denell Drive, Stamford, Connecticut 06905.
Raise your right hand, please. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
All right. All right. So as stated before, last time we were here was July 26, 2023. We were here via Zoom. And at that hearing, as a little reminder, I think we had Mr. Medpar's previous counsel, which was Attorney Adam Hirsch. And
That's a while ago.
yep, and Attorney Hirsch thought a very good idea to pass the issue on to Attorney Hall, who may be a little more versed to assist.
Okay.
And at that, so we continued the hearing to August 23rd. And everything remained as it was, the assessed fine remained and the contingent fine remained.
This is. Let me just. Patience. Wow. Okay, so what's happening?
Very good. So as on August 16th, received an email from Attorney Hall. Basically stating that he would be meeting with me to go over a few items, one of them including 4 France Street, as he had taken the file. And that, good, yep,
Let's see if they know this. Oh, there it is.
there you go.
Well, it's highlighted. Actually. Sorry, go ahead.
And so that the set of email there is just Attorney Hall and I going back and forth about arranging a meetup.
No problem.
No, please.
Very good. Let's see, zip through all these here. Let's see here. And there we go. Okay, so August 23rd. Attorney Hall sent me a email saying that he was going to be meeting with Alex on Friday, which that meant August 25th. We do our math here.
Got it.
Righty. And yeah, that's just all. I'll zip through all this. Is just our friendly banter here. Okay, and then, so I'm just gonna, I'll submit this for, just for the record there. We can't, that's our postponement of the 23rd hearing, August 23rd hearing. And so that meant we had to kick this to today. But before that, I received a, email, hang on, let's see, there's that. There we go, from Alex with some plans to assist in remedying the situation. As you may recall, the part of the problem is that there's a structure with no permits. We do need a zone change application, but we also need going forward plans of the building. And so that is a small necessity that we need.
This is the one that's over.
Correct, yep, correct. So those plans show it actually relocated to another spot on the property,
Okay.
and we have some interior plans as well. There.
Okay,
So that is part and parcel of what needs to be done. And those are up here.
Larger.
thank you.
You know,
Okay.
and they are on the screen there if anybody is going through kind of slow. I do apologize for that.
Okay,
And last but not least, some housekeeping. This was the notice for today's hearing sent to the owner of record. And this is Constable Bondi's.
any objection to
Service?
the notice?
No.
Very good.
Notice is found.
Very good. And last but not least, we have a photo here taken today by one of our inspectors who was out and about and did me a quick favor, just showing that the structure is still there. The violation still persists.
Yeah, I understand, but this is the plan. This isn't done yet.
Well, it's not done yet. No, this is just saying that this is that, you know, we want to show that when we're here, the violation is there.
Okay,
Now, also, we have, as also came in today from Attorney Hall, this is the cover letter for the citation for 4 France Street. We received sufficient copies of the application to give to the zoning commission.
11 copies,
Yep.
a lot of copies.
It's a lot of paper. And our principal planner, Brian Baker, is currently reviewing it. He took a very cursory glance at it and seems that everything is there. But if there's any finer details that need to be done, he will relay them to
Sure.
Mr. Hall.
Okay, as far as you're concerned, you don't know of anything wrong at this point.
Yeah, I doubt it.
They'll have to find something or they're gonna accept it. All right.
So that's it. Basically, when Attorney Hirsch was here, last time, he kind of made a little promise for Attorney Hall that the next time we all met, that there would be a zone change application in, and that was what we contingent our continuation on.
I believe that.
Well, I believe bought it at the time.
Did it happen?
Well, we got the zone change application in.
Okay,
Uh,
changing to attorney or to submit application, okay.
Yeah.
So what? Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. If
Okay.
he wants, that's our presentation, yeah.
Do you want to speak or at this point?
So
I know
we-
you'd like to speak, but there's nothing you're gonna do.
there's not a lot, no. So we submitted the zone change application, you know, we look forward to hearing from the planner whether or not we need to supplement it with anything, and if we
Right.
do, we will, and then we'll go before the commission. Hopefully they'll grant the zone change. At that point, we'll be in a position to pour the new foundation and move the building to a conforming location on the lot. The conforming location it's getting moved from this place to this place, just for your
Yes,
information.
Coming off the.
Yes, right.
Yeah. Okay, so what happens next and when does it happen?
The next step would be to get on to a zoning commission hearing so that the matter can be heard and decided. Should be decided that night, but zoning
What's the
commission.
next, when's the fastest hearing we can get on to?
I believe, I did not ask Brian. Right, they're on Wednesdays in general, so I would say either the 11th or the 18th. It's probably what we're looking at.
11th or 18th of October.
Right.
You're ready. They had it tonight, you're ready.
Yes, the evening of the 11th would be inconvenient because I have a 2-day, that's in the middle of a 2-day trial, but otherwise it's.
Okay. All right, so we'll try for the 18th.
Sounds good to me.
We have scheduled hearings for our hearings here for the 25th.
Okay, so if he gets on the 18th,
I was actually going to respectfully request
yeah,
if we can bump those hearings on the 25th to November 1st.
I'm sure you have no objection.
Want to make sure it was good with you.
Okay, so November 1st. Okay, let me write something that I'll understand next time I read this. Violation continued. Hearing. Attorney Hall. Submitted the application. Drawing. For. Hearing, who's the here people here?
Zoning commission.
Zoning. Commission. Hearing. On the. October 18th. And we just have to wait and see what happens.
Right, that's gonna be key if it passes
Continued
tonight.
to November what?
November 1st, if that works for you, Counselor.
Is that a Blackberry?
Yes, it's actually a Palm Pilot.
Even worse.
I can't get rid of it.
You certainly can't get parts for it.
I got a guy. I have 5 of them. Whenever one goes wrong, I send in, I've got 4 backups. And he's telling me I got 5 years left. After that, he can't promise me anything. All right, so we're having zoning hearings on November 1st. Let me get that in my calendar. All right, we're there.
Perfect.
Okay. Now let's talk about fines here.
Ooh, sorry. Let me take these out of
There's
here.
a fine of 12,000 and a contingent fine of 12,000. Wow. All right. All right, so a contingent fine of 12,000. Continued. Not assessed. See what happens next time. Okay. Thank you. Finally seeing some real progress.
Thank you.
That's good stuff. Thanks, eh?
We're going to Attorney Hall.
That's it, yeah,
That's what did it.
exactly.
I blush.
You guys are all set?
Yes, and say has continued to like,
I was gonna do that really quickly right now. I don't know if you wanna hang out for a
No,
second,
I'll wait
just,
here.
yeah, it's when we get this organized.
It's just-
Oh, I don't think so here. Nobody's in, nobody's, Janet, I don't think she's for this one though, but let's see. Hi, Janet, are you for France Street? Yeah, I asked, I
guess not.
guess not. Me? Oh, yeah, that's us. All right, fair enough. All right. So we're good to go. So let me pack this up. Alex, you're all set. You're all set. You got it.
See you later, Alex. You want me to close the door, John?
That's got unfortunately public hearing. Gotta stay open. Well, no, I would like it. Well, yeah, I'd love it if it wasn't
Almost too public.
too public. Yeah, exactly. Why not?
Raise my hand, do I get to you next?
Attorney Hall's still here, so yeah, still gotta get through this guy.
Just a quickie.
Yeah, this, this. The biggest files I got.
Well, that's what she has to leave. I think the maximum is okay.
We'll figure it out. We'll get there. We'll see. This man's the one in charge here. This is the one.
Okay.
This is the one this is the man that's in charge. So we're on to, do I have any requests here? I believe I do.
I emailed you.
Yep, I have to make sure I print it out. Did I do the smart thing and actually print it out? I did. Look at that. And I think I actually have a small presentation. I think I do. Let's see here. Share screen. Let's see here. Oh, no, not yet. I gotta go here. All right. Tammy keeps me in line. I gotta do order of operations here. Then I go to share screen. There we go. And we're gonna do that. What a process.
Nice.
What a process. Okay. So this is gonna be a small presentation, so it'll be very quick. Elm Street, next one right in order.
Good.
So that's the previous form. On there. I know, you don't have to keep telling me these things.
Okay, I got it.
All right, let's get this, make sure this is back up. Very good. Okay. So last time we were here,
Let's start with
Oh.
Attorney Hall. For the record, station,
John Hall for Mr. Sahan.
anybody of your clients here?
No.
Okay,
very good. Last time we were here, June 14th, 2023. Very easy. Got continued to today, no fine. Would be nice to have a ZBA application by today.
did we get notice?
That was my next,
Yes,
okay, fair enough.
All set with notice.
yes.
Fair enough. Yeah, there it is if you want to see it. And there it is on the screen. There's the actual notice paperwork to the owner of record. Constable, that is the wrong address, so we're gonna keep going off of there. There we go.
I
That's
have notice. Hold on.
got him. But we have a request here from Attorney Hall to kick this to the October hearing, which is now November 1st.
Okay, I see that request.
Yes, I'm sorry, there you
Special, but the regular.
go. We have one on the 11th.
So November first is the next one.
That would be the next one.
Continuance for,
Well, we are applying we got surveys and we're putting together a similar application to the previous one to, get a variance to allow, the units to remain as they are. And Mr. Seha got me the survey in a timely fashion, although I didn't discover that for 2 weeks until he called me and said I dropped off the survey. But I think I would have been able to, get together his application today as well, but unfortunately I had a death in my family, so I was unable to kind of devote the time to that. So
okay.
I knew that Mr. Adamad Faris was probably the more important one to get done of the two, dating back to 2020, so.
Continue to
November first.
November 1. Request of council. Anybody else who wants to speak here before I do this?
Sir, is there no hand raised, so. That's good, no hand raised, I'm good.
No finance is time, so we have yet to find anything here. Okay, so. Back in November first, then. Giving you oral notice, so we don't have to.
Got it.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Attorney Oberst.
Thank you, Counselor.
Thank you, John.
You got it. Thank you.
Okay,
Let me get that from you there. Good. All right.
moving on. Anybody else represented by council?
I think nobody is here by attorney, so it's just,
Anybody got a short matter?
I think I know that more than anybody else. I mean, they're all gonna be about the same. They're all gonna be about anywhere, between, 5-15 minutes.
Go ahead, you made a request, we'll take you now.
Okay,
All right, real quick, I'll try and zip through this really quick.
Which one is this?
all the work's done.
River Road, One River Road.
Got it.
And actually, that's probably not too far off what was just stated there. Not.
Okay, got it. Let's see that.
Okay. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Okay.
I'm getting there. Okay. I'll let you read that while I'm trying to set this thing up again.
You need pictures, John?
No, we actually got some today. Nice bright sunshine, actually looks pretty good. All right. Exit out that. Stop share real quick. Do. What's this? This one is here. There. Screen share. Yeah. And we're gonna definitely enlarge that. There we go.
Okay, let's, Mr. Glazer, let's identify yourself for the record.
192 Perry Avenue, Norwalk.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the
All right, we're back. I don't want to know that this is happening.
I don't understand.
Well, no, I mean, it kicked off and that's why everything went, but she's still there, so anyway. Let's try that again, shall we? Let's see, we have it, yeah, it all went away, Jesus. That probably picked up on recording as well. Anyway, there we go, okay. The share screen. Bingo. All right, we're back. All right, last time we were here, June 14th. At the time, kicked to the hearing on August 23rd, assessed a $2,000 fine, contingent fine of $4,000. Work must be completed by the 8/23 hearing. That was the contingent, and we needed notice on that. And so, if I may present.
We swear in the witness.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. You got it. So,
All the, but we didn't have a hearing. on August.
we did not,
It was the first hearing since.
since then. Correct.
Okay.
So, first item I'd like to present is, Mr. Glazer sent me a, email on June 29th. And basically the content of this email is one of the problems that we had, the shed was placed in improper location. And this is just an email showing that it was relocated to a much more zoning proper location.
Alright.
So that's that, and that's the email chain with it. So on the 18th, August 18th, we had our inspector, she was up in the, oh, good, yeah, good thing, good thing.
Well, go ahead. So far, Mr. Glazer, do you have any objection to any of these photos?
So our inspector was up in the neighborhood. I kindly asked her to get some pictures, so we have our initials and our date on it. And she did, so there's the shed again at the rear. That's from the rear of the property, looking down the access, the rear of the barn. And a little side view. And a side view from the front of the, well, that was on the 22nd, my bad. There we go, a little too far.
Got it.
Yeah, this is the last one from the 18th.
Okay.
And
Any objections so far, Mr. Glazer?
now we can go to the ones from the 22nd. So 22nd, wash, rinse and repeat. We had a little, we had a view from the front. This was an area that needed some landscaping. That was the second matter that, other than the shed, that needed to be addressed. And this was from the very front view of the, very front of the barn. Existing at the time, right? And
These are accurate, Mr. Glazer.
yes, they are. So here's our postponement for the 23rd. And so that necessitated today's hearings. Next exhibit I'd like to put out is an email from Mr. Glazer to my, oh, sorry.
These are full exhibits. Let's just get that out of the way.
Perfect. So Mr. Glazer and I had an email conversation. He requested the original approved plans for the landscaping that was required. And basically, these next few pages are those approved plans. First one was just showing the area in question where we needed some landscaping. Next one's a nice little rendering that was approved for those of us at home. This is the area, this is the barn area in question. And this is the planting list, outlining everything that's needed, and I gave a large map at the end highlighting where each type of plant was required.
Okay, any objections, Mr. Glazer?
Nope.
Okay, so now we've got all that. These are full exhibits.
Perfect.
What else you got for me?
A little bit more, not too much more. Yeah, another email from Mr. Glazer saying that he was gonna start plantings. I got this email on August 30th, saying that he was gonna start plantings on, that Friday, which, that turned out to be September 1st. So I'm assuming he started because the next email from Mr. Glazer on September 11th said that they were completed. So based on that timing, sent a notice and the constable service, there's the notice with today's hearing. And constable service to Mr. Glazer's abode.
No objection to those. No objection to any of these emails. These are all full exhibits. What else you got?
And
Sounds like.
last but not least, pictures that were taken just this morning, and like I said, in the beautiful sky. Got some landscaping across the front, looks really good, if you ask me.
Yeah,
And down the side, there is the plantings that were required.
excellent.
So my thoughts here are is in compliance, landscaping done, looks really good. And
And you recommend, let me see your recommendation.
that's the only thing we have to go back and forth on here is what are we doing with the money?
Money,
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 money.
Let me
no
see
money.
where I was before.
No money.
Let's see what the council
We're giving
thinks
that
here.
money to the bank.
Nine double the 2,000 contingent fine of 4,000 for completion by next hearing. Okay, well, he seems to have completed, so. Two additional fine. Well, that's not what I said.
I say if you did, I did the math for you, that's all.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he's,
didn't-
whether he got lucky or not that the hearing continued, before the hearing, he had finished, so I'm not, the contingent fine will go away.
Fair enough.
We do have a non-contingent fine of $2,000. The maximum could be 14,500, but I'm certainly gonna not do anything like that. I'm just gonna leave the contingent fine at 2,000. And then,
I got a few bonds lying around here, so why don't you take them out of that?
however you wanna pay.
Yeah, we just gotta get some sort of payment, yeah, that's whatever the finance office will take, that's what we'll do.
Small bills, so we can give you a discount.
And I don't know about small bills, I don't know about that.
Where am I?
All right, well, send me a notice or something.
Yeah, I'll send you a
You guys
little.
are good at that.
Yeah, I'll send it, we have
So
to
what am I
anyway.
writing?
Yeah.
So it's a $2,000 fine.
Yeah.
2,000 as opposed to what was
It
it?
could have been 14.
Yeah, well over 14,000, yeah.
Violation for
So don't go out there and then do all the work.
$2,000 fine. And we're gonna close the matter or leave it up?
well, we're closed.
To, have a hearing on the fine.
Well, if he does, that's a separate appeal, separate appeal.
Okay, so case closed.
Do I have a right to appeal that fine?
Absolutely, yeah, any decision that Attorney Olvers makes, he has the right to appeal. You'd have to send that appeal to our corporation counsel.
Where was that?
Who is that these days?
Up to the law department, that's Matt Sapienza, you have Mario Capola is our chief.
Yes, okay.
So he can,
Got it.
I thought at this point he could argue about the fine.
I mean, if you wanted to have a discussion between you guys here, that's fine.
My argument would be, look, we did a whole bunch of other landscaping. All that in front was never part of the plan. We did a lot of landscaping. That is a beautiful property, okay?
You see it?
That side landscape, first of all, what was how did this matter come to bear? That's what I wanna know.
It was, we had original complaint back,
From?
way back from a neighbor. I have that. I
I
have
want
that.
that neighbor, I want that as a matter of record.
Absolutely, you can do that.
Is that a gated community?
No,
Absolutely. Let's gotta go back a little bit here.
sorry to take up your time. I'll get out of here fast.
There we go. Gotta go back a little ways here. It was originally given to our director, but that's the entire email right there. When,
Janet's here for that.
is she? I don't know. I hope she'd be raising her hand. Man.
She's raised her hand.
Yeah, that's how we'll figure it out. Janet, are you here for this matter? Or, oh, maybe.
Oops.
No, I'm not.
Okay, thank you. Would you be so kind just to let me know so I don't keep bothering you?
I got you.
No, whenever you want to speak, just, hit the, raise your hand and it'll notify me.
I sure will.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Let me see where we are here. So,
I still gotta go, I still gotta
Mr.
get work.
Glazer, that's not relevant to our discussion.
I understand that.
So since I have a bunch of people,
I
if you wanna
understand
have
that.
this
Yeah,
discussion.
no, sorry.
I'll have-
And we can walk you through,
Yeah.
I have it right now if you wanna,
The fine?
yeah, if you wanna debate the fine.
Yeah, I think we've done a tremendous amount of landscaping up there, not required of us, and so this additional is really just to satisfy a neighbor's complaint that has no relevance to the looks. I think everyone knows that that property is a beautiful property. We've done a great job up there, so I think this additional landscaping does nothing to beautify because it's all really the front of it. It's just merely to conform.
What's relevant is you were in violation, and the reason.
No,
for the
that's,
finding-
I think that's subjective, whether I was in violation. I did a lot of other planning. Nobody's counting that against that, so, you know.
Because it's not relevant, and whether you were in violation or not is my decision, and you were found in violation. So to argue that you weren't, it's not gonna get you anywhere,
Okay,
okay? All I'm trying to do is find out.
I'd like to get, a $2,000 a lot of fine for, there's probably $10,000 of landscaping in front of that building to make it beautify it, which is the point of a landscaping plan, to beautify the property, right?
I agree you did that. What the fine was for lack of progress. You stayed in violation a long time. I gave a fine to get this to
All
happen.
right, I don't want to hold these people up anymore. Fine.
Let me finish.
I don't want to hold them up.
Well, based
I'm
on,
not gonna win here anyway, so what's the difference?
based on what you're saying, I will have to fine to $1,000.
That's very nice, much
Okay,
appreciated.
and then we can
Thank you.
end this case altogether. You don't have to appeal it. It'll be
Thank
better
you.
for everybody.
Perfect, thank you. Appreciate it. John, thank you.
No problem, Andy, thank you. Yeah, you're all set.
All right, thanks. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Fine reduced to 1,000. Okay. Now we've got that all handled and we don't have to deal with this particular problem. So another neighbor complains about something else.
Yeah.
That is,
Let's see, let's get this organized real quick here, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologize, I'm not as fast as I used to be doing this.
that was
One
River
River
Road, okay.
Road.
Well, that wasn't a fast one after all.
Well, by my standards,
What we're gonna take next, is there anybody,
that's by my standards, that was good. I don't know about anything else. I'll put all this together later. My train's not at 6, so.
got what, 3 people waiting? How many?
Yeah, 1 item, 2 items, 3 items wait.
Anybody got an argument why it should be next? All right, then I'll.
Yeah.
You spoke up,
Oh,
get up here.
He's gotta leave.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we did, I'm sorry.
Okay, you did, you're right. Get up here with,
They're not coming, they're
Well-
just here to wait.
Who's here to witness?
oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Have a conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so
Part of-
what property are we here for?
You guys are for Lewis Street, right?
Correct.
Where is it?
Hold on, let me find this.
It's somewhere on there. Trust me, it's there.
No, I trust you.
Not many people say that,
Okay,
especially on the record.
I'd say it on the record.
Uh-oh.
Just, okay, 4 Lewis Street. All right, let's hear about 4 Lewis Street.
Sally, you wanna come on up?
You're next, not you for next.
Thank you. Okay. Order of operations. So. This up. They gotta fix this. I am not happy with this anyway.
Yeah, I think it's Tammy's fault.
I mean, it could,
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna put that on the record. I ain't doing that. Let's see. And there it is. Now let's hope it stays there, please. All right. Previous hearing. And previous hearings notes. Perfect, all right. You know. Let me guess, the share screen went away. Let me guess. Yeah, it did. What's that? That something.
Okay, let's start with swearing in the witnesses and I won't forget.
Fair enough.
State your name for the record, please,
Sally Kellogg,
and your address,
4 Lewis Street, Norwalk, Connecticut, 06851.
and raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Is there anybody else here to speak on this topic? State your name for the record, please,
Brad Craighead,
and your address, I'm sorry.
3 Park Street.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Ms. Everbuss? Address? 6 Lewis Street. And you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, we'll start with the city. Oh, I'm sorry, you want to speak too?
Yeah.
Name and address, please.
Tracy Green and 96 East Avenue, Norwalk.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Okay, I've got witnesses, I've got defendants, I've got everything I need here.
You say that now.
Let's,
Is it?
let's see what you got.
Okay, so last time we were here was on July
Is
26th.
Janet Guthrie here for this one by any chance?
I don't know, we got a few here. I'm just I'll do that right now.
I'll swear them into.
Oh, she's not raising her hand. And see. Hi, Mary, are you here for 4 Lewis Street by any chance? Going once, going twice. Sold. All right. So let's get out of that. All right. So July 26th, 2023 was the last time we were here. At that time, we had in a nutshell, continued to today's hearing. There was a previously assessed fine of $5,000 that remained in
I'm
place.
sorry, John, what's the violation?
2 shipping containers on the property, which not, I do have the pictures here. If you want, I was just gonna go through, say it to the end,
Go,
you know?
go your way.
Okay, no, you don't have to do
Do it the
that.
way
You
you
could,
planned.
you could tell me whatever you want.
No.
No.
You prepared, you do what you.
Well, appreciate that. So the $5,000 fine that was assessed prior to that July hearing remained. And a $5,000 contingent fine was placed based on the condition of either removal of said containers or tangible progress by today.
I'm sorry, did we notice issuing? Whoops.
What's that?
Did we get notice? Did we cover?
I think it was oral notice.
Okay, you have any objection to notice, Ms. Philip?
No, I got a letter, I can't remember, I got a
You're here.
letter, I got something
Yep.
stuck in my backyard next to all of the
Sounds-
wasps that are forming in there and.
Sounds like Peter. Yep. And we did also send a letter.
Okay.
Because I couldn't remember who was here last time, who wasn't, so I sent a letter to cover ourselves.
Okay,
That's Constable Bondi, to the owner of record.
so we're all set.
Very good. So just as a matter of housekeeping as well, Attorney Murphy used to represent the property owner and this property in this matter. He has given us a letter saying that he is no longer doing so. And that is on the screen right there, pretty short letter.
Who's not representing?
And just so that usually when we ask, say who's representing people, he's
Right,
not.
so you're representing yourself.
Yes,
Very good. So, very easy on our end. I said it's gonna be a pretty easy presentation for me. Tanner's still there. They're still there.
Okay,
Yes, they're still there.
is that accurate?
Yeah.
Yes.
it is.
Okay, so exhibit.
So, we're saying that the property, it was in violation on the last hearing, and we're gonna say that it still is today. And we have the property owner here to tell their side.
Give me a second, let's just read this.
We got it. Ooh,
Okay, what do you have to say?
So summer's almost over with. So, you're talking about progress on the property. So, after the last hearing where it was still in violation, where the hearing before that, it was once the containers are empty and I get a building permit, then I have the right to keep them there and not move them out and bring more in because I'm working on the house and I need to be able to put stuff in the containers. You waived that I would have to move them because I would be needing them with a building permit. I went to the building department and I got a building permit for what I was gonna be able to accomplish. Over the summer, I thought, that I could be able to start. So, then I put some materials and things like that back into the containers. You were upset with that and you said, oh no, then this is still in violation. When I asked Frank Murphy, he had no clue. He was like, I don't get it, why you did that, I don't know. And some of the comments from Frank Murphy, quite honestly, were, city mortgage is no longer gonna pay anybody's bills. They haven't given me any money, so he wrote a letter saying that, go ahead and tack on some fines and city mortgage will pay. And it's like, city mortgage is nowhere to be found. And Frank Murphy hasn't gotten them to the table to negotiate. So I'm sort of like, okay, look, I'm trying to fix the house and trying to do what I can to be able to make it better, to improve upon it. I still have not gotten the money from city mortgage, but yet at the same time, I went to the building department and I said, okay, what I want to do is I want to put this one kitchen together and make sure that that's taken care of. I still don't have the electrical sorted out and I don't have and the room has not been painted. But I did, however, go out there over the week of the Labor Day week and I painted the front of the house myself. And it's a lead paint house, it's lead, it's 1844. So at the beginning of summer, I was out there trying to scrape the paint off the house and do everything that it's a house with lead paint. John Zervos filed a complaint about that with the health department. The person from the health department came out and told me I wasn't allowed to use a scraper. And so I spent the whole summer when I could have been painting that house and making improvements on that house, thinking there's some violation. So I finally started looking through, well, in between doing all the other things I was been doing, I started looking through the EPA guidelines and it said the homeowner can scrape their house and they, should put tarps down, but the homeowner's supposed to scrape their house. So I started looking at the EPA records to make sure I was doing something right. And I finally said, well, to heck with the town, I keep getting mixed signals from the town of what I'm capable of doing or not capable of doing, because somebody in the health department had told me I could scrape the house. So when John Zervos filed a complaint and went to the health department, oh, there's a problem. They came out and said they were going to issue a citation against me. Well, that stopped the progress. I was not painting the house. So I went to Rings End and they said, no, you have a right to paint your house. Even if it has lead paint, you can, try and keep the filings and scrapings at a minimum. And you can use a scraper and whatever. So I went back over to the health department and I got an email from, I talked to Kyle in the health department who said, let me check into it. And I said, I need it in writing. And so he printed up, or he sent an email to me in writing that he had contacted the state department and the state sent back a letter saying, if she's occupying a dwelling, then no, as a homeowner, she is exempt from an RRP rule, but she should still be advised to work lead safe. And I have an NCIDQ, so I understand codes and things like that. So instead of dry scraping, she would be spraying the area down as she works. If she is renting the home, then yes, she needs to be RRP certified, as it is considered she is receiving compensation. So John Zervos assumed, because he had to get an RRP, that he was able to go and file complaints against me to stop my work because he thought I was supposed to get an RRP apparently. So it's getting to the point of harassment with John Zervos on a lot of these issues. And so, you know, if I have to appeal about this, because he's hell-bent on complaining about everything he can complain about, including that, even over Labor Day weekend, I was out there. I had a copy of this letter because I expected him to call the police on me. And I went out there with a scraper, you know, one of those 4-inch wide scrapers, and wet sand and anything I needed to just pry the peeling paint off and put the primer on, and it looks so much better now. But I did it myself because I can't afford, because the city bank hasn't released any money to me. Did it myself instead of hiring a painting guy. Went out there and did all of that labor by myself. And here's John still standing out in my front yard, taking pictures of me, threatening to turn me into the health department. And I'm like, get out, he's on my lawn and he's taking pictures and he's trying to tell me, he's trying to tell me, he's trying to tell me that I don't have a right to paint my house again. And he's gonna turn me into the health department and threatening me and yelling across my yard at me. And so I'm to a point where I want to put a restraining order on this person because he's not being logical or reasonable about what it is he's complaining to the court, to the city about. And yet at the same time, he thinks he's got the right to own my property. And so it's my
He's got a
property,
right to what?
own my property. He thinks he's got a right to walk.
You think that's what he thinks?
Oh, I think so, yes.
Okay.
And so the containers were put there because I'm trying to get work done in this house, even though I don't have as much money as God. I can't just instantaneously combust the big crews that I used to be able to manage, because I'm not, my clients used to have tons of money, but I don't. And so until City Mortgages releases that money, I don't have that $250,000 to continue to fix my house. Everything has still been left in the middle from 10 years ago. And so I'm doing whatever I can to beautify it and make sure that it's like brought up to code and speed, and that I can then rent it out if I have to, or whatever I need to do. But I need the containers according to the lead paint remediation. You still are supposed to remove the stuff from the house, from the rooms, and be able to move things out and put it somewhere. And I talked to Bill Ireland, and I said, I don't understand why I'm being, you know, becomes harassment. I'm trying to get this stuff done. And he was involved with the first round that I was trying to do 10 years ago and understood the situation with City Mortgage. And even he was frustrated, and so was I. And Frank Murphy was left in charge of trying to get that money so that I could finish the house, but that was never happening. So I'm to the point where I'm doing whatever I can to get the house back in some kind of condition to be able to either sell it or rent it or use it myself. And the containers are really important because right now there's wood that's sitting out in the elements that I need to put into the containers, and I'm going to be using those. I have cabinets for the kitchen sitting in one room of the kitchen, the antique kitchen portion where it used to be a kitchen. There used to be a well in the ground, and there used to be a cook stove there that was in the wall. And it's like that original stuff is still there. Like I don't personally wouldn't want to start tearing all of those things out and put in drywall, you know, and I have cabinets that I've already bought, but so my building permit is for $10,000, and it doesn't matter the 10,000 or 200,000 or $2 million. If I'm a designer and I know how to put all this stuff together and I have a lot of the materials already, it doesn't mean that I need a permit for $200,000 just for the sake of saying I'm doing a kitchen. And that's what I talked to them about when I got the permit to do that. Billy Ireland said, your work is in progress. You're trying your best to try and get this thing done. I'm out there on Labor Day weekend painting the front of the house. Instead of being able to accomplish that, the beginning of the summer, John filed a complaint and they came out and threatened to give me a citation when it wasn't even a reasonable request to threaten me that way. And I could have been out there painting the rest of the house, could have been done. So I'm like, you know, I just fail to see the logic and the reasoning when instead of the city giving me assistance to be able to accomplish this, because it is an old building. And it does take time, and it is important that you use the same kinds of woods and all of those things. You're not going in with a construction crew and doing things that you don't understand why you would be doing those things on a preservation house. I also thought that in preservation around the green, that we were not supposed to disturb the exterior siding. And I see Mr. Craighead is tearing all the siding off from those buildings and putting up brand new siding on those. And I don't understand why that's happening either. But I'm trying to focus on myself and getting my own house under control without like, oh, let me go run around and see what I can come up with that's going to be irritating to everybody else in the community. So that's kind of what I've been attempting to accomplish. I'm using the containers. The containers are necessary for what I'm doing, and they need to be able to remain there, as you suggested, with the permit that I got for you, because you said if you have the permit, then you can keep the containers there. Not a big deal. So I don't understand why we're even here, really. I mean, that was, I've been asking everybody all over the building department and saying, why is this continuing on? Because I've got the building permit. And I don't understand. So as the last guy is like, you kind of spend a lot of effort. I spent the whole summer cleaning those containers out and sorting out the stuff that was in the containers, because it was in there for 10 years while I waited for Frank Murphy to do something about getting the money to fix the house, because the stuff was out there, so it wouldn't be in the house during construction. But if they take the money and you can't do the construction, it just sat there, and I kept waiting for Frank Murphy to resolve it, which he did not do. So I have decided that I cannot, and my patience is over with having an attorney who says, have to do this or have to do that. And it's like, I need to fix the house or sell it or whatever. One way or another, it's like, I can't continue on with the situation the way it's been. So having people complain and tell you that you can't scrape your house, nobody gets this, why this would be happening at all. Can I just get done with it? Can I spend some effort and some time and energy fixing the house and fixing the roof and fixing things, as opposed to this? Because there's no money to be able to pay fines and fees and stuff for people who want to run around and make complaints over no reason. You can't make progress if I'm not allowed to make progress. If I'm being threatened with citations, how am I going to make progress? I can't put anything in the containers. No, I should or shouldn't. For me to pick stuff up and carry it and put it in the containers, which I did do. Now there's stuff in there that I put in there myself by hand. Now I'm supposed to what? Take it back out again? I don't get it. And nobody got it. Frank Murphy didn't get it. Bill Ireland doesn't get it. I'm like, I did what I thought you wanted me to do all summer long. I spent the whole summer doing the containers, putting the stuff out all over the yard, sorting it out. What's garbage, throw it away. What's not garbage. And even the stuff that I pulled out from the garbage and I put it out on the curb, the garbage people wouldn't take it, refused. I was, is the city assisting in trying to clean up this building, which is a historical building, or are we getting caught up in all of the other details that keep prohibiting everything from happening there? I just don't understand. So I think I kept trying to do what I thought you wanted me to do, and I thought I had done that. So that's why I'm still like, if you tell me to go home and not do anything and go like, sit with my hands in my lap and not do anything to the house and not be able to make any progress, then we're just back where we were before. I mean, how am I gonna, I don't understand how anybody is supposed to be able to accomplish the things that I've accomplished with it this summer. And not say, okay, I'm done. I can now can I spend the time on the house? Which is the time and the money is going to be necessary on that house. It's 70 years old now or whatever it is.
What you have to say?
I think I'm pretty much like exhausted with,
Okay. I'll hear the other people who wants to speak.
Well, I'm not sure, that's that just now. I guess, hi, I'm Tracy Green.
Why don't you come to the table where we can
Sure.
pick up your.
I needed to leave.
I think it.
Sorry, I just need to leave like now. I was at the last hearing. My name is Tracy Green. One of the things I'm kind of here to see is the progress that's been done, since I understand the containers were a problem. And that when I was here, I happened to understand, maybe I have it wrong, but that there was evidence that the containers have been cleaned out, they were photographed, and then they were filled in again. It just seemed to me at the time as a kind of blatant, abuse of something, or misuse of a poor representation of the status of the project. And it seemed to be very misleading. And I just wanted to see, being here today, how this was being handled and where it stood. That was my main thing. I don't really understand how the painting has much to do with it, but it's more about the containers I thought being in violation. So I was just trying to see what happens. I thought what happened last time. The last hearing was a little perplexing to me.
were you here at the previous hearing?
Yes, the one, the
Not
most
the,
recent.
not the last one, but the one before that.
No, just last one. So that's what I've seen.
Okay,
That's all I have to say.
anyone else have anything to say?
Yeah.
Come up to the table, please.
My name is Brad Craighead. Address is 3 Park Street, and I'm here for the same reason, which I've been to not all of the hearings, but the last 3 or 4. As I think was previously stated, I think there was a gross misrepresentation of how the containers were emptied with the intent to get them photographed as empty, to then go and get a permit and remove the violation, thereby remove the violation, which I think makes a mockery of this whole group here. I don't see how containers have anything to do, or painting has anything to do with containers, right? I'm not sure that renovation, I thought we were talking about moving around walls. I thought we were talking about legitimate renovation. I'm not sure that painting the exterior of the house really makes much of a difference. For the record, there is nothing more that I would like to see happen than to have this building restored to its former glory. I don't see any tangible evidence of any progress over the past 10 years. As a matter of fact, I see this as a continuation of the deterioration of a building that is destined to be condemned once it's formally blighted. And that's what I'm trying to avoid, is tearing down a building that probably ought to be sold to somebody who can afford to renovate it. So the issue that I have is, I would question the validity of the building permit and its intent. And I think one of the things we were trying to determine here is whether there was tangible progress in terms of the building permit and any execution of the intent of that.
Well, she explained how she was working on this all summer. You don't see any progress from the efforts she put in?
I don't know. I don't go by it every day. I have some photographs of it. I would say it's negligible. It doesn't really have much of an impact. Right?
Okay.
I think the whole building is, unfortunately, it's been neglected, not necessarily because it's her fault. And we're getting caught in a lawsuit between City Mortgage, the insurer, the bank, where the proceeds go, and this is just a way to perpetuate the situation. And
I don't
those of
think
us,
she's trying to perpetuate it. Isn't she trying to get this resolved?
no,
She doesn't want the money from City Mortgage that would solve all her problems?
honestly, no.
How would he know? He wouldn't know that.
I'm just asking, you think she likes this? When she could get this money and solve the problems? You think she actually wants to continue this? That's what you're saying to me.
No, I don't think she wants to continue this, but I don't see this as being, and I don't think there's any outcome here other than a building that's gonna fall down. There's no urgency to get anything done. There's no wherewithal to get it done either.
You think she wants to keep living like this?
I don't know.
Okay,
Everybody in the neighborhood doesn't understand how this building can go from being a beautiful building in 2007 or 8 to a building that's in a complete state of disrepair.
And where are those
through
people
neglect.
today?
Please, you don't get the question, just relax. You get to speak again. I'm not gonna cut anybody off who has something to say, I'm just gonna do it in order.
So like I said, there's nothing more that I would like to see happen than have this building restored to its former glory, but I haven't seen any progress over the past, 8 to 10 years. And there are lawsuits between these two going back and forth over all kinds of petty stuff. These two,
Okay, so we'll hear from
right,
the next witness.
right.
Name for the record and
John Zervos.
okay, Mr. Zervos, I've heard your name, and what do you have to say?
I have to say that the painting, I can't see how that has any issue with the containers. And one other thing about the painting, there are regulations for the removal of lead paint. And the health department, if they issue a citation, they're saying that she's removing the paint without the regulations. And the first time we came here, we couldn't remove the containers because they might or might not have asbestos. Apparently, nobody ever figured it out and they took the stuff out of it anyway. Second, now the excuse is, I can't get the money to get it done. And it doesn't appear like she'll ever get the money to get it done, but the containers are still in violation for whatever reason she has.
Got it?
That's it. I don't see.
What's going on? Lawsuits between you, or what's going on between you two?
Yeah,
Excuse me,
sorry.
what am I missing here?
She filed a cease and desist claiming that, my property is part of her property. So we've been going, for months now, waiting for her expert witness to show up to show why she claims that my property is her property.
That's got more to do than the painting of the container.
Well, this,
I understand, but this is what the problem is. Let me hear about this claim that he says you claim his property is your property.
Right, I spent this summer $15,000 getting a survey done from Tom Ottoman. Tom Ottoman surveys the streets for the city of Norwalk. Tom Ottoman went out there, did surveys and everything. He found a discrepancy on Mr. Craighead's property, which then abuts Mr. Zervos.
Sorry. This was gonna-
Mr. Zervos's property, which then encroaches on my property. And John Zervos is now counter suing me after being on my
So we
property.
got the lawsuits pending between.
That is a lawsuit that is
Between-
pending.
Among the three of you or two?
It may be modified because, because there was a zoning variance that was handed to Mr.
So where does this
Craighead.
last lawsuit stand?
Um,
Is it in court? Is there a court date?
December 17th, we're supposed to be in a hearing, then they're gonna have another hearing sometime in February. And in the
All of
meantime,
which has to do with who owns what.
in the meantime, yeah,
And none of it is relevant to this violation as far as,
it's more to the fact that I'm being harassed by two people
right?
for no apparent reason, because why would someone stop progress because I am making some? And, and it is, I understand that having an attorney is sometimes a double-edged sword, because no matter what you do, you wait for them to take care of it, and if they just are not in the mood, then it doesn't get done. Because I would have
Well, I'm
loved
not
to
gonna
have
sit
had,
here and defend attorneys or.
right, I would have loved to
Let me-
have that done like
Let
10
me
years
speak
ago.
to what she just said about you. What is? Why, I'm from her point of view, not mine. Why are you trying to stop the progress?
I'm not stopping the progress. She can do whatever she wants. I'm just saying that the containers are illegal there.
I understand that. I'm
That's
just
it.
wondering,
No, she can do whatever she wants, and I'm not stopping the progress. If she wants to take lead paint off, she has to follow the regulations. Period. And the health department said she wasn't following.
the health department's handling it. What is it? What is your? Why are you involved? You're not involved in that, right?
Well, the first time she attempted to do it, I called the health department. Then 2 weeks ago, she attempted to do it again, and I called the health department.
That's
So she's
okay.
doing it on the weekends and the holidays, so nobody can see it.
That's not,
All right. I think I've got enough here. Let me, you wanna speak?
Everyone.
Actually,
Do we have anybody else here?
I don't believe it. Nobody, no hands are up, so I'm gonna-
Yes, they should be, this is
That-
interesting, we should have a lot of people.
we would get a little, hand and no hand.
Okay,
There.
Zoning enforcement's position is the violation persists because the containers are there. I think it's disingenuous to say you need 2 containers for the limited scope of the work here, which is moving one set of kitchen cabinets to another, essentially. And initially, several meetings ago, the gist was, we need more time to clear everything out, then we'll move the containers once they're empty. Then it became, well, I'm gonna seek a building permit. However, you still, even with a building permit, you technically cannot have those containers on the property. The violation would be cured. You'd make your zoning issue go away if you'd remove those containers. That would be, then you see us no more.
is it my turn to speak yet?
I'm just trying to find, you'll get your turn, give me a second. Let's see what they're saying. Have an active and valid building permit.
We do.
And these are single or 2-family residents.
Single.
Single family.
Not in the zoning regulations.
If I, whenever.
Just wanna make sure when
I
you
got you.
speak, I know what,
Yeah, I got
what
you.
words mean.
Understood.
Which says within commercial and business zones. That seems to have nothing to do with, I'm not following this.
Well, basically, the zoning regulations in residential zone, A, B, C, and D. There's a clear regulation that calls out, you are permitted to have a temporary storage container, which includes shipping containers. For valid, work with valid building permit. Now, our regulations do have a slight shortcoming, admittedly, that in commercial zones. It is not addressed, it is not mentioned. So you can take the tact of, oh, they're just simply not allowed. But we do have a policy that if folks were doing legitimate and valid work. That we would extend the same temporary allotment to them, even though it's purely a courtesy. Is it in regulations black and white? No, it is not. So by the absolute letter of the law, it's not allowed, but we extend a courtesy to those doing the work. They're on a residential single or 2-family.
I got you, I understand it now.
That's why I wanted to throw out there. That's why I wanted to see where this was going.
All right, so here's where we are. All this other stuff is irrelevant from my point of view. My point of view is only the fact that I've got containers that don't belong there. Although you have a valid permit, it's gotta be reasonable.
Can I just
Yes, go, please.
make a comment?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, when I talked to the building department, because you had said, if you have a valid building permit, you can leave the containers there because you're gonna need them for all of these things. When I talked to them about the building permit that I took out, it was, are we gonna do this in phases? Are we gonna do this? We're not gonna go get a building permit like he might be able to afford to say, okay, I'm committing to spending $1 million on this building. We're not gonna do that. I'm a single family homeowner. I'm just a person who makes a living. I'm not doing contracting work. I don't have a great big huge loan from a bank or something or other to do this. So they said, let's go ahead and break this into segments, knowing that you obviously, you know, the sill plate needs to be fixed and this needs to be done and the roof needs to be done and all these things need to be done. But I'm not ready to do those yet, but I have some materials to be able to do those. And be able to make sure that those things are readily available, as well as materials that were taken off the building and out of the building that you don't want to throw it away. But I've got rooms in the house already that are still stored, they're just storage units. The room turned into a storage place that has cabinets in it. If you want to come and see it, you're more than welcome to do that. But, you know, it's when you,
Really listen to you. Here's your problem. Whether you can afford it or not is completely irrelevant. Doesn't matter. You have a violation that you have to cure. If you can't afford it, you have to figure something out.
I don't understand. I don't understand. Even Bill Ireland did not understand. He said, if you have a building permit, and you just said that if there's a building permit, you have a place to be able to put this stuff.
Within reason, we have these containers here for 10 years.
Well,
That's
and that,
not
I
reasonable.
agree with the 10 years, because I was in the middle of trying to,
Whatever
I had
happens,
torn off the
doesn't
roof at
matter,
that point.
doesn't matter.
Well, it does, because I
No,
tore off the
doesn't
roof.
matter to me. Got a violation that's not getting cured,
Don't understand what you want me to do.
remove the containers.
Stop working on the house.
No, I want you to remove the containers. That's what I want,
Then the work on the house is gonna be
not my
very,
issue.
very,
You get,
so
a-
where am I gonna put the wood?
you get an active permit and you're actually doing something, but this
I am.
scraping the side of the fence over the whole thing is not progress.
That's, you wanna come see the kitchens?
No. I
You
don't
wanna
wanna
come see the
kitchen. I want
cabinets and
to
all of the,
I don't have contractors, I don't have signed contracts, I don't have people building this work, you're telling me you can't afford it, well, that's
no, I'm
that's
not,
not your issue.
I'm a designer and I'm not gonna hire a contractor to
Well,
do this. I shouldn't have to hire a
Well,
contractor to
you
do
should have,
this.
you've had 10 years to do something.
That
This-
10 years did not, that 10 years,
I'm not
nothing
gonna,
was,
there's not an argument, I'm explaining to you that you're going to remove these containers.
and then I'm gonna bring back other containers because I'm working on the house.
Well, when you get going on the house, you can bring back
I
containers.
am working on the
No,
house.
I'm not satisfied that you're doing the job that needs to be done to have the right to keep the
Can the
retainers.
building department come in and verify what I'm doing? Are they
I
supposed to
told
be
you I'm
talking?
not satisfied. At the next hearing, you want
Then
to
I
bring
have to
in.
appeal because I don't understand
You're
what it
interrupt-
is that I'm supposed to
Interrupting me
do
is not
here.
gonna get you anywhere. Want to bring the building department in or anybody you want to bring at the next hearing, bring them in. But I need to see these containers are going to go away. And I'm not seeing. Your attitude is I'm not taking them away, I need them. You
I
are in
need them.
violation of the zoning rules and they're going to move. So you bring in somebody that tells me, so
Right, so where do I go to appeal this?
I can't give you legal advice.
You just told him where to go to appeal.
I didn't. tell him.
Where do I go
Well-
to appeal this?
Remember that, for what he was doing was he was appealing the
Fine.
final fine, his file is closed. So yours is still an active file. There's, any decision that we make is appealable to Superior Court. There's a separate, when the file is closed and the fine is issued, there's a separate path for that.
So when the comment was made to me before, that if I had a building permit, it didn't say you have to have a building permit for 100,000 or 200,000 or $800,000. When I talked to Bill Ireland was like, I don't understand because your work is in progress. You're not gonna do it all maybe this year, but you're gonna be doing some stuff that needs to be done. You need places to put your materials. I don't understand either. So for it to be in violation, I have to not have a building permit. I still don't
For it to be in
understand. it.
violation is my decision, it is in violation. But like the other person said, it's not in violation, yeah, it is, that's the decision. Now, containers are no longer empty. That's why it's. Containers are no longer empty. Containers. To be removed. You want to commit to a timeline, an approach to removing them, I'll listen to you. If not, I'll decide when they're gonna be removed.
I don't know, I spent the whole summer trying to sort out everything that was in there, and the house is just still packed full of stuff. There's no room to be able to do much
And that
work.
took the whole summer, so I could be looking at another 10 years. What would it
Yeah.
take you to remove this? What is the minimum amount of time that you would need?
To be able to complete the kitchen and finish
No, to
doing all
remove
of
the
that.
containers, that's all I'm interested in.
Well, the stuff is in the containers. So you have to finish, in other words, even in the lead paint removal on the inside of the house, you can't have stuff on top of the lead paint.
We're
Well, you're-
removing the containers. It's the only discussion I wanna have. I don't care what else you do with lead paint. Whether you tear the house down, whether you sell it, when are these containers, when can you get them off the property?
I have no idea. My work is gonna have to stop, I guess.
Maybe.
I'll just sell the house. Did you wanna buy the house?
No, thank you.
It's for sale.
Nope.
You must want to because you both like want to be able to control it. All right, so, I don't know.
Well, you probably ask for more time than I will if you don't give me an answer.
3 months.
Okay. 3 months. Containers will be removed. So here's about $5,000 fine already on the books. New contingent fine of 5,000 for next hearing progress. Okay. The total amount of fine that you are looking at. This one, all right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm not going to assess any further fines since you have committed. I'm gonna put the $5,000 contingent fine. Pending removal of containers. Next hearing. Not remove, will cost you $5,000 more.
By 3 months or next hearing?
I'm sorry, 3 months. The next hearing, she comes.
We can, yeah,
Let's pick- let's
we'll
pick the-
figure that out.
Let's pick the date right now, so
Actually, it's quite, for me, it's quite easy if we use, if we use Christmas as a guide. I am only here in December on a Wednesday on the 13th,
this is September, what?
December. Oh, this is September 20th.
October, November. Well, that's not 3 months. Promise her 3 months.
I could,
No, that'd be true.
What?
October, November, December.
How about January 10th?
October, November, December is not December 20th.
yeah,
I
say the 20, I'm not here on the 20th. Unless you wanna do it.
Let's do January.
Let's do January, because she's could have problems around the Christmas season.
Well, okay.
Anyway.
Well, I mean, now let me see when, I do plan things out here.
Next hearing,
Out here. Yeah, I'm actually, all of those except the 31st, I'm in, so. However you wanna,
so now I get to say something.
Yeah.
Alex,
don't ever base it on me.
gotta base it on me.
No.
So we're looking at Wednesday the 3rd, 10th, 17th, and the 24th. Okay, I'm open all those.
I'm okay with the 10th, I was just, if
All right.
it was on 3rd, maybe I'll be hungover, who knows, let's not do that,
So we want to do the 10th?
why not?
Okay. So that's now in my calendar. Hearing. Hearing of 1/10/24. Okay, oral notice, fellow, I'm telling you right now. It's the 24th of January. 2024. So we're not gonna send you a notice.
Okay,
But Peter can avoid the wasp.
the wasp, I don't know why these wasps are there. They're just, one of them stung me and I ended up in the emergency room.
Ooh.
Okay, sure, that's not gonna satisfy anyone, but that's where we are.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
May I? Thank you.
All right, is there anything pertaining to my community that I should stay here for?
I don't know who else is on.
No, they're the same
Welcome to
ones.
Stay, this is a public hearing.
Hey, welcome to stage, you wanna get some entertainment?
I don't know, you were
I've been
pretty-
entertained enough for today.
yeah, I think so.
Fair,
Thank you.
Yeah.
no problem. May I? Thank you. Yeah. If I remember, I think you promised Franco, you go next.
Yeah, I shouldn't have let him go. It was a long one.
Yes, I'll agree with that.
You can blame me.
No, I'm not gonna blame
I'll
you.
listen to people.
I will, Counselor, I'll never blame you, don't worry.
Okay,
All right, so this is,
got to page 2.
yeah, 288 Chestnut Hill is where we're at.
Oh,
Now,
so much for being third on the agenda, huh?
I know, I tried to make a little deal here, cut a little deal and it didn't quite work, so.
Okay.
So you're really gonna hate me.
Never, John.
Oh, no,
I just opened a bourbon and everything's.
I'm all for it. Forgot to create a memo for this one.
Oh, I hate you.
I know. Well, that means we're gonna go back to our early days when we first started this, when we didn't have memos, we didn't have
Right.
all this fancy
We can
stuff.
do this.
We can do it, going old school here. So let me just, let me get the presentation up here. Is it there? Nope. Over here. 288, very good. And do,
Guess I could read this.
yeah, we could a little bit there. That might not be a bad thing. And where's the zoom?
Way residential.
There we go. We're gonna hit share screen. We're gonna do, there we go. Okay. So this is a brand new complaint,
Oh,
brand new. That's why this is all
okay.
Fresh
that's
to you.
fine. I can always.
now. The one thing I do want to mention, we're taking a new approach here because we keep getting, how can I put it? We keep getting kicked off of YouTube and all that because we put too much private information on the.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, so that makes sense. So what we're gonna end up, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna limit this as much as possible. I know, thanks for telling me. Is this what it's like to be married? They just keep nagging you the whole time. What was like to be married? Whatever. Let's see. I gotta put some comedy into this.
Unfortunately, John, I can't,
It's like,
you'll never believe it.
okay, gotcha.
You would be happy with.
Okay, fair enough. Just keeps telling me, keeps telling me to record
Right,
it.
keep
Anyway.
telling you what you.
What I gotta do here. All right, anyway, so what we're doing is we're keeping it to the violation property when it comes to the owner information, because that's public record.
Okay,
And we're gonna start with that and see how it goes. If we still give too much, then we're gonna have to think of a plan B.
For the record, to interject, all information is in the
Right,
file
that's what- yeah.
available for public viewing.
Right, so if anybody that's at home wants to see and I am gonna present the complaint to you. So you can see that, but it's just not gonna be on YouTube because we keep having issues.
fair enough.
So-
See what happens.
So here's what I'll do. So I'll give you the initial complaints here, and you can also present these to the property owner to start with. But if you want to swear in,
State your name and address for the record, please.
Franco Iannone,
Mr. Iannone, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
yes,
Thank you.
the address, I'm sorry, I didn't say the address, is 288 Chestnut Hill Road.
Right.
okay. So if you want to take a second to read the complaints, feel free.
Figure out which stage is which.
They are highlighted. I try.
I know, so this is. Oh, you're allowed to transfer after it's 4 minutes. Okay. Drone photo. Oh. Okay, let me show you what the neighbors are saying here. Anybody else here for this case?
No, does not look it. No hand. Jan knows to put her hand up, so we're.
Okay,
Ready?
yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so what we're gonna start with is my initial inspection. That was done on May 2nd, 2023, and this was taken from the rear of the adjacent property. Neighbor allowed me access, so I was able to get in.
Where am I looking?
So this is at the rear of the this is a neighbor to the rear looking into the
Okay,
property.
and this is what the neighbors,
Are looking at, correct,
Gotcha.
one of the neighbors anyway.
okay, but this is
The one-
your.
These are my photographs, correct, that's what's on the screen there.
You can see them on the screen.
Yep, they're also on the screen, yeah. So that's photo one that you got there.
Here, adjacent property, that's
I mean, I could get Google Earth real quick.
out of order. Okay, here's number two, that's the one that's on the screen.
Yep.
That's with the equipment here.
Yeah, that's the equipment in question. Yep.
Okay, and then the third one.
Third one is just, I try to get a few shots of the property to see what's there, but
What are you
the,
looking at here?
just the issue at hand, these are logs that, later, well, presentation, but spoiler alert, they're for consumption at the house for, home, heating.
Do you have any objections to these? These are full exhibits.
Perfect. So based on the presence of that second photo, and for those at home, quick reminder, that's the second photo. The piece of equipment there, based on that, we sent a notice to the owner of record. And that is here, the tax records and property owners here. And this is the, oh, that's, yeah, oh no, this is the notice here.
What is this?
That's a tax form to say, when I say I'm to the owner of record, that's,
Oh, that's,
there's the owner of record. There we go.
and you got the notice of zoning violation.
Yep, because, and I can tell you he got that. This is the notice, all the fancy terminology, but we do have a green card.
You don't have any objection to the notice.
No.
Notice is found.
Notice for notice, if you will.
What?
All right.
It's here, he's been notified.
I've been instructed that I have to be thorough in my records, so
Yes, you do.
therefore I'm doing that. So here's, remember I said spoiler alert.
Yes.
So on July 6th, the property owner was kind enough to allow me onto his property and got a nice close-up of the what's in back. And there's that wood that was there, and we still have that piece of equipment.
That was in
so-
July.
That was in July, correct. Based on that, I was a little busy, I guess. Sent the citation on August 15th. And again, we have green card and Constable Bondi's service.
You got the citation.
I did.
This is a full exhibit.
There, perfect. And then, well, he was scheduled for the 23rd of August for that hearing, but that was postponed. So we had to send a notice for today. There's the notice of hearing and
Any
constable.
objection to notice for you to be here today?
No.
Perfect. There we go.
Everything's here. We're ready to hear what you've got to say.
Yep, so basically mine is just basically we have the sticky wicket, as they say, is the piece of equipment. The property owner states that is for upkeep of the property. It is a larger property by Norwalk standards. It's almost 3 acres. So the contest is that it's for personal use, not for a commercial contractor operation from the property.
What's the story with the wood? Is that in violation?
No, because it's for personal use.
So we don't have anything.
Now that's just the
Just
equipment.
whether this,
Piece of, by our definitions, that does meet the standard for a piece of commercial equipment.
okay, I
And
understand.
anybody's free to,
What is the problem? It's none of the neighbors are here, but I'm just,
there, no.
what are they all upset about if he's got this piece of? What? Are you not getting along with your neighbors?
We sold the property. I have no idea. We did some maintenance on a Saturday with some larger trucks on a Saturday to clean up the property. And I think he got bent out of shape because every once in a while we'll do it on a Saturday to clean up some property.
That's the difficult place.
And they get it bent out of shape that we're cleaning up the property on a Saturday. But we work during the week.
So. Been nothing but friendly to all my neighbors, but this one person, I guess, was upset that we did work on a Saturday, if I had to guess.
But there's nothing stopping.
That was a Saturday.
Nothing that says you can't do work on a Saturday. It's in the property.
Yeah, we didn't start like early.
So
It
what's
was like
going
after
on with
8:30, 9
this? This looks like a lot of work. What are you doing here?
That's all that was a huge garden. My parents are getting older now. We had like that was all one big huge vegetable garden. So we moved all the dirt away, put grass, and now we're gonna take that away.
So this is the current state of it.
No, well, if you had this picture here, this here
So when is
was
this all gonna be done?
as soon as we're able to.
That's not an answer. I need to know how long it'll take you.
I didn't know that was the part today. I apologize. I thought it was just the machine.
I understand. I'm
Got
just trying to see what I can do to satisfy your neighbors and protect you. That's what I'm trying to do here. So I'm asking you a question. How long, is this gonna take a year? Is it gonna take
Well,
2 days?
We're gonna grade out the property because it's like divots and it's over almost 3 acres.
I
It's just
understand.
about 3 acres. So that topsoil is gonna be used on the property
I understand. My question still is how long?
by spring.
It's a long time. It's almost a year.
I know, but to grow long,
Now, to get this done, the group, I don't care.
I guess
The
by,
grass will grow when it decides to grow, but you have to. I would like to know if we can get this project off of your plate and just wait for grass to grow. I would like to know how long that would take, and not that it has anything necessarily to do with your problem, but I find that looking at the bigger picture kind of helps.
yeah, I'm not
All right,
here to argue, Matt.
we're gonna continue this. You don't have to answer me today. But you should know what I'm gonna ask you next time.
So let me just
Mhm.
ask if you don't mind me a question.
Absolutely.
The property is all enclosed with property with hedges. Right? Is there a violation for
No.
dirt?
Nope.
What?
Nope, I'm just asking you questions so I get.
Okay.
So your problem is not so much. The problem is your neighbors. If that's what's upsetting them, maybe the whole thing gets resolved. It may not. But right now, I'm just trying to go down a path that might be productive. In the meantime, we'll go back to the piece of equipment which is in violation. So now. So if I find this is in violation, how are you gonna cure it?
So I'm just gonna, if you don't mind, I wanna just give my partake in this,
Absolutely.
if you don't mind.
No, if I listen to her, I'll listen.
This is a 85. It's 30 years old. That's a garden. This is 3 acres. We take care of our own property. My parents' garden. That's an antique. That's not a construction yard that we have here, right? We're maintaining our own property. Bring the wood to the back of the house to put in the fire into the wood burning, fireplace. So to me, that is used for the property maintenance of a 3 acre lot almost.
Yeah, unfortunately, it may well be that. But it's in violation of zoning regulations, which I don't always agree with, but I paid my huge salary to enforce them.
Mhm.
So now my question is there another cure?
I guess the only cure, the cure for if you do find this to be a piece of equipment that's used in the contracting business that shouldn't be stored in a AAA zone, if that's the case, then it would have to be removed.
What if I find that it's, in other words, only if it's used in the construction business, if it's just used to maintain his property?
Staff would say that commercial equipment or commercial vehicles under 1 ton are allowed to be stored on property. This would not be the case.
Okay,
Staff would also be concerned with the amount of fill on the property that's proposed to be graded because fill and excavation permit may be required.
notice,
that's
that
not through us.
was not on the notice. That was not what's in front of us.
The only thing I've got, can he garage that? That's valid. I'm asking.
Cause it's there, honestly, no.
We've had that,
Go ahead.
we've had that thing there for 35 years, using the garden, doesn't leave the property. That thing does not leave the property. It's been used there for maintenance of that property for as long as I was 5 years old, I was lived there. So just letting you guys know, I'm not,
40.
I'm 45, 44, Monday, Tuesday.
Here's
whatever
your
it is,
problem. Let me
26.
explain. Doesn't matter how long it's been there.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter if all your neighbors are doing it. It doesn't matter if it came with the house. None of that is relevant.
yeah.
I know it's the reaction that we all have.
Mhm.
It's my property, I can do it. It's been doing it for years. Is that way when I bought it? Not the problem. Once your neighbor rats you out, you're here.
Mhm.
So that's why I'm trying to see if there's a way to calm your neighbors down.
We're planning on moving that dirt.
I understand that.
So if that was your questions, I'm not looking to keep a pile of dirt. We just removed that
I
garden.
understand.
That garden was probably an eighth of an acre.
I understand that. That's why I
All
asked,
that,
that's why I asked you how long it's
Sure.
gonna take, because
Sure.
if you come to the next hearing and this is all done, maybe your neighbors won't be as upset.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, it's still in front of me.
Mhm.
So I have to make a decision, which I'm gonna research. I'm not gonna make a decision today.
Mhm.
I'm gonna continue this.
Mhm.
So that's where we are. This is your first time up, so I'm not gonna even issue any kind of fine or a contingent fine.
Mhm.
Just wanna get this rolling
sure.
along.
Mhm.
So when do you think you could get this done, this grading done, get all this other stuff out of here, and all I've gotta look at is this? And I'm not talking about next summer.
I was gonna say, March,
So,
6 months.
yeah, 6 months a long time. This can't take 6 months to do this. It just can't. I know
I got
nothing,
it. So
I know
3
nothing
months?
about it. How many did you say?
3 months?
3 months, I could live with 3 months. Let's come back in 3 months, see what you've done. Meanwhile, we'll have some kind of more information about this violation. And if you decide to remove it altogether, sell it, whatever, donate it to a museum, and it's gone, then your
So
problem solved.
that's, my dad's 19, he's 77 years old. He uses that.
I'm not
Periodically.
saying,
So
I'm not
that's
saying
fine.
you have to do it at this point. I
Mhm.
may end up saying you have to do it, but it's something to think about. But it may very well be in violation. The city seems to think so. And I don't wanna make a decision yet, but I wanna give you time.
Mhm.
But in your 3 months, give some thought to, if that had to go, what would be your preference of how to get rid of it? Just give it some thought.
Mhm.
Okay, we have a decision sheet.
Yeah, decision, please. And we do not have a hearing 3 months out, just to give you a heads up,
Somebody else asked for 3 months, what,
In
the
January.
January 10th.
okay,
What do you
January
got?
10th work for you?
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Okay. Violation found. No fine. Actually, I'm not saying I found the violation. Let's not say it. Violation, decision pending. Fine at this time, because I didn't find the violation yet. Okay, continued to, give me the date again,
January 10th,
January 10th, 23,
24,
24.
unless you gotta,
I'm having the
back,
same,
Back to the Future.
I'm
kind of
having
deal.
the same problem with Rosh Hashanah. I keep going at 5783. One ten 24, oral notice. I'm telling you today, we're not gonna send the marshal or send you any paperwork.
I have in my calendar.
Okay. Okay, so that's today's decision. Good luck. We'll see what happens.
Thank you, guys.
You got it.
You're welcome.
Have a good afternoon.
You too, Frank. We'll be in touch. All right.
It's 288.
Yeah.
Bill. More live bodies here.
Yeah, we do. I have,
You've gotten to
Well,
the top of the list.
you're here now. Yeah, good. Give me 1 second just to get organized here and we'll got you. We'll get you through here.
Give me,
We can pause. If you're leaving, we will pause. But that's all right. We still pause. Will do. All right, so 291 Chestnut Hill Road. That's next on the agenda for those of us following along at home. That is number 6 on the agenda. Counselor?
state your name and address for the record.
Drayton Hoti, 291 Chestnut Hill Road.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and
All
nothing
true,
but-
yes, sir.
You, sir?
Brandon
Hody. 291 Chestnut Hill Road. Straight to tell the truth.
Okay. And you said, what is your name? I didn't get that.
Drayton, on his granite.
Like the kitchen countertop granite.
Oh, right,
stone.
okay, gotcha. Never thought of that as, okay,
Yeah, that's a cool name.
yeah, I like that. It also says what you're about.
Yeah,
That's an application. Trying to meet September hearing 9/20. You had notice and you're here.
hmm
And a tenant problem, I made a note of. All right, let me see what I got here. Oh,
I gotta dig this out. Hang on.
lights for me.
Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. And back to here. Screen. There. Hey, it went smooth.
So,
I know, that's, thanks.
Yeah, what's your
No,
position?
so, just a really, very good news about waiting this long, it's the shortest presentation I got today. So we were last,
Should have put them first.
you want attorneys first.
Okay, right after. the-
Okay, and we'll, I keep that in mind. July 26th, last time we were here. This was the decision form. Next hearing was today, it was scheduled for today, no fine. Must have progress by 9/20 to avoid fine. That was the decision form, and again, I was in a mood to, I guess, pay Peter a little bit. I did send notice just to remind everybody, because it was several months away. Did send notice and citation, constable service, there it is.
I find notice based and I gave them all notice.
Perfect, yeah, perfect. I'm sure Councilman Bonnie still appreciates
He
it.
needs the money.
He needs it, yeah, he does.
Ever buy us a drink?
Nope. So, well, he might, and he's gotta ask him. So that's the presentation, and I'll be honest, there is no zoning application in at this time. And that was the contingency of having the continuation till today. So we have the property owner here to give a little explanation.
And like how I explained like before, I told like I'm gonna talk to architect and he comes like in a measure like the existing, but I talked to him and I explained, he said like he needs more time to do the drawings like existing and stuff like and everything like also you've been like in the pool house.
Yeah,
And everything like he's gonna make the drawings the measure.
he's got a lot to do, yep.
Yes, and I have to bring it like back. And actually with the guest house, like the tenant, I explained to them, like, I give you a favor to you actually, but you have like to find another apartment. As soon as like I fix it, everything like over here. And he needs time, like also the tenant said, like this old man, like the handicap, like the old woman, she's very old, and she said, like, give us the time, like her son, he said to give us the time like to find like because he said like for my mom, it needs like to be like the first level, like with a wheelchair to go inside, it's not easy to find the apartment. And also we wait in the architect like to bring the drawings and soon as like I get
So
like,
the fact that she's still there shouldn't be stopping this progress.
You still, in theory, you still get even if she's there, or anybody is there, the zoning department, while it helps you, there's no requirement for us for you to evict a tenant. They can stay there. It's other departments, the health department, the building department, fire marshal. They have the ability to require you to evict a tenant. Sometimes it's easier. It's just easier to do that to get what we need, and you should do that.
But having the tenant there, is that interfering with the ability to make the applications?
It would definitely zoning, it would make no difference.
There we go.
and also like when I said like we spoke, like either like later on if I want like to rent it like or to family or someone like the guest house is the big, you see that
Yeah, it's big,
it's almost like big. And we have to talk like to see like how you explain it for the septic, you know, to see the septic, maybe like we have to apply, but to know to go for no septic down. But it's a lot of things over there, you know. We have like to talk to zoning. So the neighbors like it's complaining about me. I never complain about him. But you know, we put like the fence middle of the driveway. And now is another issue to see where I can make it like the driveways. It's you know, it's because like it's how you call like the grill, like the grill, like grill, it's on the floor, like grill. Something. Shields above on a street, just for sewer.
The storm drain, the storm drain, the storm drain.
Yes, yeah.
Storm drain.
And it's over there. I don't know, you know.
I mean, these are all, like I said, these are all things we could address.
And I spoke with you, John, like it's when I bought the house, it's completely like I don't know, like it's 120 years old or more, like 120 years old, like the columns.
Right.
And another columns.
Right.
He damaged the columns without my permission.
That's gonna be between you and him.
No,
we're not gonna get involved.
I completely understand, you know, I've never complained, but how, like, I imagine, like, if you are like in a job, I working today, like with my son, we try to make living, like, and if I go home, it's not access to go home. When I see like the columns down, he moves like 3 times the fence. Start complaining, I'm not like, the inspector. Like all the people like to go to tell them how he works because his building department, he gives the way and he gets like everything over there. But I said like, if you have something, you have to go like in building department to let me know before. I have to call like inspector from someone from building department to tell me it's because like that grid over there where I can make this driveway, it's complaining all the times. He opened the pool, he makes like the party, I'm never complain nothing because try to make living. I give it favors like to this like part of the family, like the handicap, okay. It's no kids over there to go to play and stuff or dogs or something. We try like to make living, we try like to fix this problem, to make, and another day, why you not fixing the pool? If I have money, sure I can fix the pool. We try like little by little, you know, it's hard like to do all like the renovation. After when I move, I told you like the garage is 35 feet. I've never seen like the beam. It's just like double with the nails, nothing support in the middle.
Right.
And I have the old pictures. For the second floor is the big deck.
Right. Yeah, it's a big deck, yeah.
It was falling on the
Fall down, boom, like the roof.
That's all, yeah.
Imagine like
we saw that and we had the.
And I try, after that, I try like just like we work construction just to make like to put some beam on the temporary, they start complaining and I don't know, you know. Now I need like the time.
That's why we're here today.
Yeah,
that all snowballed as to why we're here today. And there are several options to get compliance. We do have regulations now where we do the work there. You could have the possibility to be able to rent that out in the future, that guest house. But we just have to get there. We have to get there with the plans. And
That's why
and the thing is, keep in mind, again, for a hearing officer as well, for us, we're just looking at the structure and it's in where it is on the property and how big it is and what the use is. Things like the septic, the driveway, and all, that's all gonna be included in what you're going to do, but it's other departments. Health department's gonna be septic, public works is gonna be the driveway. In building department's gonna get involved with things like the roof and the beams and things
Yes,
like that.
yes.
All that, it's a part of what you have to do, but for us, we're the first step. And ours is pretty straightforward. We just say, you're gonna say, here's what the building looks like today. Have your architect show what you want it to look like in the future.
Yeah,
And we say, okay, either, yeah, we can do that, sign off on it, or if there's things that need to be adjusted, we tell you. So that should be your focus right now, is just to get to that. And then we can address as we're going along, we all talk to each other, all the departments talk to each other. We can address the things, if there's a problem with the septic, health department will tell us.
yep,
And then that I can bring to the hearing officer and say, look, we had an issue. The health department has a problem. It's causing a little stumble for you. So the key thing is, let's get that going.
imagine like after when you told me like stop walking, if you come, you've been in my house, in my property.
Yeah.
The pool house, he has like this chimney.
Yeah.
And he is so like this chimney,
Oh, it's going.
I tell my son, like, don't, the little son, 10 years old, don't go over there. And I remove the steps. I build like, where's the step to go in the pool?
Yeah.
I build with the blocks, just, his kids, he can go over there. And it's a risk for my son, like the chimney's like this.
He's not kidding. The chimney is falling. It's on an angle. Yeah, no, he's not kidding.
And I said, like, I built some blocks, just the boy, not like, see, I saw him when we played like with the balls, he put it down and he goes to get the balls, and that's why I scare,
Yeah, no,
But
understood.
let's see, the architect, he told me, I don't like to email you to
Yeah,
tell you 2 days
you can
ago,
always come, yeah.
because like, he needs the architect this, and said,
No, I
I'm gonna
understand.
come over here to
No.
explain like what's going on over there.
I
And
can
let's see.
appreciate that. I appreciate that.
What architect are you working with? What's the name of the architect?
It's Moisio,
Oh, Moiseides.
yes, I think so,
I
yeah.
know who that is. Yeah, Moiseides. I know who that is.
But he comes like he measure like, windows high, everything, and
It's
like,
Bobby. Bobby Mosey. You ever meet him?
No,
I think only speaking of Lee, she would know him very well. Yeah.
and I wanted the right way. And I don't know, sometimes, like I said, like maybe it's the bad luck or something like over there. I never have this issue. Like, imagine like when I go, like the first time I try like to get like the survey. Danny, I have all the text I showed
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
John. I pay him. He disappear. He never answer something. He brings. I am busy. Wait.
Yeah.
Now we work like in both. Like, let's
Come
see.
my
Like,
pictures. Everybody else gets the.
now you are.
Now you're up there. You just had to talk.
Put a tie on. for it.
Here, let me see if, we can ask Janet one more time. Janet, you there?
Yes, I am.
Are you here for this one?
No, I was actually here for 7 Nob Hill Road.
Oh, that's okay, Jan, that's okay, fair enough. That is coming up. We just gotta get to the people that are here in person, and then we'll get to that one.
No worries. Thank you.
Sure, no problem. How do I know who Jan? I can put a face. Now I know who Jan is. I never knew her last name. I've been talking to her regarding that thing. Okay, all right. Now I know. Now, okay. Never knew her last name.
So you have something to say on this?
Nothing additional.
one more question, and if you can, like, I don't like to come again and to say like, oh, I need more time. If like to push to January to be like with everything with the survey, with the joints and like plan and stuff. Because like I told him like I need like also like the plan like for pool, it's everything like and to see I have to talk to you because I told him like for the walls in front, the stone walls, it's to build like in the same spot or to move in a little bit, I don't know, you
That's what
know.
your, that's what your surveyor, when you get
Yeah,
that
yeah,
surveyor, that's,
and I need
we can
that,
have that
that's why-
conversation, and we can have that conversation.
Of course, Josh.
Yeah, he's not there, he's not there anymore.
I don't understand why the recommendations are so onerous. I'm missing something.
All I would say, I put the max fine out there and do some math, considering what we should, and also basing it on, you know, frankly, I do get follow-ups on this property, the neighbors are very active about this. I don't obviously print them all out to
I understand.
that.
Just-
And it's something that if just to show, like I said, we always suggest a contingent fine at least, because to show the neighbors that we
I
are,
understand
we are
that.
doing that.
I understand that.
And it's just, we want to see some progress. That's at the end of the day, that's what we want.
I understand. It's just a higher recommendation than I would have expected at this point, that's why I'm questioning what I'm missing. Or you just in a bad mood that day? or-
No, I think it's been persistent prior to them showing up. so.
Yeah, I think it was just, it's just the persistence of the neighbors, they wanna,
And how long has this
Track.
been going on?
this has been here, the citation, you first saw it was May. I say 17th or May 14th, I can tell you, what's the
May
second,
11th.
there you go, perfect.
June, July, August. All right, I don't find that as. Here's what I'm thinking. Yes, has to speak. Okay.
Yep, yeah, I know, now I know where she's going, yeah.
Okay, so. First of all, the violation is continuing. Continues. I think you're attempting, I'm not happy with your progress. But I heard enough that you're doing something and you're working with John, so I'm going to. I'm gonna put a contingent fine, and I'm not gonna put no fine at this time. That's how I would normally handle this, although people don't agree with me, but that's their problem. Okay, but I'm gonna put a contingent fine. Now, we're talking 3 months, is that a reasonable time to get, I want the real progress.
That,
I'm saying that
January,
you,
somewhere like
I'm-
January, because just I don't wanna like to come again with another. I don't know the architect I think is gonna be like soon, but we're talking about the survey and he wanted like, and the architect. You know, he makes the joints, but he needs like to
Right.
put like by survey,
Oh,
you know,
I
he needs like to
know-
work together.
and what I could
yeah.
suggest is, because I know Bobby well. You have him do his drawings, so he can at least give me something to go on. And then when you find, you have your surveyor under contract.
Mhm.
A lot of people do is give me a copy of the contract
Mhm.
that you sign with the surveyor.
Yeah.
Give me a copy of that, so that either A,
Okay.
if we have the survey, great. If we don't have it, at least I can show the hearing officer that you have one
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
okay, so I said last time you must have progress. I'm accepting what you've done as progress. That's why I'm not fining you. I'm going to put a contingent fine of $5,000 pending, I'm gonna say significant progress this time. I'm not gonna say you have to have permits, it's very hard to. But I want to see significant progress. If I do see it, I won't assess the fine. If I don't see it, it's gonna cost you $5,000, so I think you could spend the money better getting it.
Yeah.
Than giving it to the city. Okay. And when are we continuing this to that everybody is happy with?
I mean, if you wanted
Well, you guys
I'm more than had 3 months. If we wanted January 10th, we have that scheduled. We also do have as in December, if we do 3 months, we don't have that date yet, so it's gonna be
we
January.
asked for 3 months, right? You want 3
Yes,
months?
yes.
So it'll take you to January 10th, a little more than 3 months. Okay,
Thank you.
continuing this to January 10th, I'm giving you notice now. This is oral notice. You're not gonna get any other notices unless John decides.
Well, yeah,
But
that's,
you'll be here by January 10th with significant progress. And we're going along, we'll get
Yeah.
it done.
Okay.
I know you have other issues,
Yeah,
permits and all that. We'll get it all straightened out ultimately. We'll be happy with your new place.
be like to have like the survey and the drawings.
Right, or at least have something to me. By that,
sure,
exactly,
sure.
exactly.
Sure.
If John says it's significant, I'll accept it.
And John, like another question, it's a garage, I have like some work construction, some inside, like the garage when I cover with the
Yeah.
plastic. It's any like temporary, like to put like more like a 3-4 like watts to hold like the plastic, because like we're not doing like the work, but if it's snowing, the plastic is gonna go fill down.
You
know,
do need a
that's-
permit for that, for
Yeah.
anything that has wood framing
Yeah.
or anything like that, you do need a permit for, but
Yeah.
you can do that
but I
yourself.
can do like permit.
But you can do it, you don't need an architect or
Yeah,
anything for
yeah,
that,
yeah,
so
yeah.
you can just give me the drawings on your own, you don't need an architect for
Okay,
that.
no problem.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys,
Thank you,
thank
appreciate
you.
it, thank you.
Thank you.
You John, envelope there?
Envelope, thank you.
Envelope,
Yep,
you're all
thank you
set.
very much.
This is all yours.
This is all mine. See you guys, take care.
Bye.
Okay, 291, John.
All right, Walter, you've been very patient, come on up, appreciate that.
Which one is this?
This is going to be 18 Gray Hollow Road.
Okay, it's an easy one.
I think it is. I think it's very easy.
Oh my God, look at the time. Oh,
Yeah, don't worry, Hey, I got a train to catch too, so we're gonna fly through this one.
now we'll let them in and have all the time he needs.
I think Walter's in a good place.
Okay, let me see.
Let's see. Oh, that was there. There you go. This is the previous form. There you go. There's the notes from the last hearing. Yeah. And let me get this thing up again. Where's this one? Not there. Oh, boy, there we go. Okay. And here, share screen. And go. Oh, okay, let's get that up there. All right. Got it. And we're gonna go. What the heck? No, August code host. Yeah. Stay. There we go. Okay, so we have share screen. Yeah, did somebody kick me off? Oh no, okay, there we go. I got scared there for a second. Somebody may have actually like kicked us off, and that's not good. Okay. There it is. All right.
As soon as you said it, you popped up
It
there.
was on there. Yeah, there you go. You said something, you popped up. There you go. Okay, so last time we were here, actually, do you want to swear in? We have the owners?
State your name and address, please, Mr.
Wolf
Mullen.
1068 Ludlow Road, New Canaan, Connecticut.
And you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Okay.
Very good. All
Good
right,
boy.
so for those at home, last time we were here was on May 17th. At that time, we continued the hearing to July 26th. However, at the time it was uncontested, the hearing. We didn't have any representation. So once the property owner, Mr. Milano, got the notice for this, he informed me that he wasn't gonna be in the country for that hearing.
That's good, all the excuses. Okay, so in September.
So we kicked it.
Sent it to November.
Yeah.
September 20th. Okay, the owner confirmed attendance. Okay, so you have no
Aye.
objection to notice? You're here, right?
I'm here.
And just for the hearing officer,
Certified the business is vacant. Okay,
just for your, and that's the notices there for today. That is the constable service, the actual hearing notice itself, and email from the property owner stating he would be here today.
okay. Is this the only time we sent Constable Bundy?
No, the initial citation. That's always,
How much was that for?
they're always $60, give or take $1, or 64 or whatever.
64.
64,
Okay,
something like that.
all right, so.
So, after that hearing, just very briefly, Mr. Milano said that he would, be taking care of the issue. This, issue was caused by a tenant, operating a business, out of there, which he should not have been.
Yeah, I remember that.
So this is just the quick email chain there if you're, and I'll give you some pictures here. That's the photograph. So that's what the property looks like. We were actually out there today,
Okay.
just to get a quick, photo, and I'll scroll through this real quick.
You see him on the screen. if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna dig these up real quick here. There we go. Whoops. All right, going up here. Okay, so there you go. So picture one that you have there, first one. This is from our Inspector Lee. She was there. She did indicate there's still a barrel there in the back. That's the second picture. The big barrel right there. That guy. But that looks like it has been there for quite some time. That I wanted to include this just so you're aware that it's there. I guess I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know if it's full, if it's capped or anything like
I
that.
don't know, but he's leaving.
Yeah, he's gotta make sure he gets rid of that.
That's good.
The other items that she noticed, I kind of sent her in blind. I said, just document what's there.
Yeah.
We have some minor patio blocks, very minor.
They're going to.
Yep, and last but not least, just some wood and some, looks like I think a ladder there or something like that. So by comparison to what this used to be, this whole back area, I have this here on, here in the file, if anybody at home wants to see this. But this was the initial photos and some aerial photography. You can kind of see how to the extent that, well, I don't have it in this presentation. This was our original presentation.
Oh,
you see
yeah,
how the
I remember that.
how it was extreme. It was not good. So that's what it used to look like, and that's where we're at today. So,
Any objection to these photos? These are full exhibits.
so, long story short, we're gonna say that the property is in compliance. That the business has ceased from there, and the vast majority of what was said to be removed is removed, or it will be removed in the very, very near future.
In 10 days, because he's out of here.
Okay, place the file, how do you know it's removed?
We can always go by.
Okay.
I'll write it in my calendar or something. Go
Okay,
by. I mean,
so-
by some of our other violations, this is relatively
You
minor. So I
ready to
just
close
cruise
this
by.
file?
I think I am. I am ready.
Okay,
to
you
do
have anything to say which to convince me not to close it?
Sometimes you get bad tenants and sometimes you get bad tenants.
Yeah, okay, so where's my decision?
Here's the decision. So the only thing we do have left out there is the $300 assessed fine.
Let's do a fine of $300.
I have not given that to any entity to collect, so that is kind of just hanging out there right now, so we can adjust if need be.
Okay. Violation cured. Fine of $300 reduced to $128.
Thank you.
And case closed.
Thank you.
Good.
I'm leaving.
So if you want wanted to cover that, you can, if you're around, you can stop in tomorrow. We'll take it credit or debit card up front. And then we'll, or if you want to send the tenant in, whichever one, however you want to,
Or else what?
or you can send the tenant in as long as we get a
Oh,
payment
yeah,
to the
yeah,
property
okay.
of, it's $128, and then you're
I'll
officially.
send them in.
Yeah, the file is closed. It's just,
Okay.
that'd be the only little hanging thing we got out there.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
You got it. Well,
How do
thanks
I
for
know
coming in.
that he did pay it if I send them in?
If you send it, you just have to ask me.
For the receipt.
For receipt,
All right,
exactly.
great.
We'll give
Thank
you the
very
receipt.
much. Is there anything I can take with me?
No, we send this all.
Send you a copy.
Yep, and I can,
No, because can I take a picture? Because I'm gonna send it that to him so he can.
Sure.
Go pay. the-
Absolutely, you can do that. Yeah, here you go. Absolutely. Yeah. Anyway, that's, so that's the front page and that's the.
And my kids think that real estate is glamorous.
And no problems, just a straight little
Yeah, no
way
issue.
of making a lot of money without doing much work.
Yeah, that's what they think,
Mhm.
especially my daughter. Thank you very much.
Sure, no problem. man.
Okay.
Good job.
Take care. We'll be in touch. I'll get all that over
All
to
right,
you.
thank
Hey,
you.
you got it.
Actually, interesting stuff that I heard.
It is, it's worth the price of admission.
All right.
Thank you. Yep.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay.
Possibly on 16 Sycamore.
Well, we got, I was gonna say, seeing as Janet's been very patient, we'll do 7 Knob Hill next, even though that's
That's fine.
that's the one there. Oh.
I'm running slowly.
Oh, so am
We moved stuff off of this calendar.
and we did, yes. So that tells you something.
We had to start earlier.
I mean, I'm all for 2 o'clock, man, for me. Just saying, future reference. Kind of can't do anything about that now, but.
There's another thing to keep in reference
Yes.
is, take a look at those. If this guy's done, we put him on right at the beginning.
Oh, yeah, I just didn't know when he was gonna show up.
Well, it's just, yeah, all right.
I was thinking, I had no
Anything
idea.
that's not gonna take long.
No, I just had
And when
no
we know
idea.
somebody who talks a lot,
Yeah, no,
because I'm gonna let him talk.
Frank, yeah, Franco would, yeah, I feel bad for him. I should have.
He said it was interesting.
No.
Once got stuck in for 2 hours. It would be such an interesting case. I said, I'm glad I stayed.
Yeah.
Glad I was there. I mean, You don't get this sort of stuff in law school like you get in your life.
No, you don't, it's called real life experience, right? Okay,
Okay, Janet, we're here for you.
yep, so I'll explain to her real quick what we're doing while you're reading that. And huh? Yeah. All right. Yeah, stop share. We don't need this one. So get that out of here.
4/12/20. Wow, this was in February. Oh, I can't wait to read this.
Yeah.
Oh, look, the print got been very nice.
Stop.
No, I didn't hit it yet.
Oh,
No, now I did. There we go. And let me open that up real quick. Nope, not, yep, that one. All right, very good. Share screen. Fan that out. And let me just I'll explain to Janet real quick what we're freezing. Oh, no. Watch what's gonna happen. It is? Okay, that's slowly but surely. Thank you. I don't know what's going on with this. No, cancel.
That, and can you minimize it?
Cancel. Thank you. I can, yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
that
we're
works.
we're still in.
Yeah, but it did take it off very
Yeah,
briefly.
I know.
And it did. Well, now we go back to screen share here. There we go. Definitely have to get IT on this though. There we go. Okay. And I'm just gonna tell Janet real quick. Janet, just to give you a heads up what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do my presentation real quick. And seeing as nobody's here to defend on the defendant side, as soon as I'm done my presentation, we'll give you a chance to give your input.
Okay.
All righty. Okay.
Swear her in.
Oh, you want it?
She's gonna speak.
Oh, yeah. Janet, my fault.
Yes, yes.
Might as well swear you in while we got you unmuted.
Okay.
State your name and address for the record, please.
Janet Guthrie, 7 Nob Hill Road. apartment number 2, Norwalk, Connecticut, 06851.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Hayducky, we've got notice here somewhere.
We do. In here. There we go. And we even served their attorney. Out.
Attorney Heiss,
Yes,
did he make any comment about being here today?
yes, he did.
Surprise, let's see what you guys should say. He was just served by this, when was he served?
Whenever
September 18th. Yeah, that's a little, it's not a lot of notice.
But I did send him a response.
So you have no objection to the continuance?
For the continuance, I do not.
Okay. Ms. Guthrie, the attorney was unable to be here today. He only got the notice yesterday. So I have to, or 2 days ago, I have to grant him his continuance. He wants a month, so I'm gonna continue this for about a month, just so you know. I'm sorry you waited all day to hear that, but that's what's going on.
That's fine. I mean, it was entertaining.
Oh, good.
I'm
And
glad.
actually, we're actually moving out. I was just only in for spectator and to see what's gonna end up being the situation with the property. Me and my husband Scott have spoke multiple times with John, stopped by because we have some, questions and concerns. But we've decided to vacate the property, so we won't be living there anymore on the second floor. But I will tune in at the next meeting as well, even though I don't
Oh,
live there anymore.
wherever you go, you can, no matter where, you can always come in this way.
I'll still be a city of Norwalk resident.
Okay.
Do we want to put down because we have 2 meetings in October. Which one is he getting?
Which is
Well, we actually don't have 2 meetings in October anymore. It's November 1st.
it's the next one.
Would be the next one if we kick it. It's gonna be more than 30 days.
Well, I don't have it.
All right, I'm just saying.
I gotta give them 30
All right,
days. here.
so. So there you go, Jan. It's gonna be November 1st if you want to put it in your phone.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
You got it.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, take care.
Sure, okay.
Save all this.
Can I have it earlier? What did we do last time?
Oh, it's right here. Yeah. There you go.
Wow, we continued at the 4/12 and now we're gonna be up to October. Wow.
Well, we've continued it since 2019, to be honest.
Continued to what date did we pick?
November 1st.
11/1/2023. For request. Council. Good.
All righty. Keep that separate. I'm gonna need that.
Possibly 16. Well, let's do 3 Apple Tree Lane, so that. Yeah, 16 Sycamore, let's do the world to show.
Sounds like a plan.
3 Apple Tree Lane.
Here.
Okay. What you do, the biggest first.
Yeah, about that. Hmm.
Wow. I read what I wrote about this.
Get that, get that. There we go. And which one, that was apple tree, right? Let's see that. All right, 3 apple tree. This was number 10 on those of us keeping score at home. That's. Wow. All right, let's get this out here. And 3 apple tree. And here we go.
Wow. Let's see what you wrote. More interesting. Oh. Picture of what's going on, just,
Recent one, as in like.
no, just so I can recall what I'm looking at.
Let's see. So they're a good one. Something that you can actually, I got a front shot of the house. Of course not, why would I even? Oh, there we go. When they were on the construction, but yeah. So the early part of the construction. Yeah, it's
I don't remember it, okay.
and that's the little closer up of that, yeah. Okay.
It's not familiar, it's been around a long time.
Well, that's good, because they haven't had too many problems, I guess.
Good.
So it's kind of a good thing.
Let me take a look at this again. Well, it's a 920, substantive progress. We continue. Okay, I'll say violation continues.
It's done. You want me to do, I gotta do the presentation for the record. I'll do it real quick.
Yeah.
Last time we were here, June 14th, 2023. At that hearing, oral notice to today, no fine at that time. Because again, I like Constable Bondi and want to make sure people remember, show up. There's the notice for today. And there is Constable Bondi's delivery to his abode to Mr. Torres. He actually, and I'll throw on the records, I think it's very important this is extremely important. He came in actually this morning to let me know, and he was dressed very nicely, and he came in and he said he had his hearing for his green card today. That's why he could not make it. So I figured that's a very good reason. You don't have to show up. But the violation is for starting work without permits many, many moons ago in 2021. All of his permits are still active and valid. And actually, the most recent inspection was actually the first week of September. So he is moving along. That's the last inspection from the building department.
So is he in violation? Because you said it, the violation was not having.
Well, the violation, whenever we say violation has no permit, is work without permits, it's no application, no permit, no certificate. So he has the application, he has the approval, he does not have the certificate yet.
Oh, okay.
And the certificate's when he's done, we go and inspect.
Okay, I got it.
And probably, if we went out there now, because like he has, we'll go out there, he has some construction there, vehicles there to do the work, we'd be like, oh, that's a violation if we closed it, so we keep it open for that reason.
Substantial progress. Fine. Fine. Period. Continued. Two.
I have no I'll be completely honest, I have no problem
See on it.
kicking this a little bit to let him actually try and finish, finish out. So it was 120. That's, well, we're already stacking it up. That's into January. So we could do that January 10th hearing again.
How many we got so far? Well, this is
4.
gonna take
No, that's not gonna take long. I mean, he might be done by then.
To January 10th, 2024, need notice. Okay,
Yeah, he might even be done by then. Who knows?
I'm just gonna little parentheses. Applied for what is green card today?
Yeah, green card, yep.
Green card today, so I'll remember that I would have continued if it wasn't. Okay, got 3 months, okay, so now I got 3 months. Got this all ready to go. I'll take this. The apple tree. 2.
Yep.
That's mine.
2.
Okay, the apple tree is done, and now we're sitting at
16 Sycamore is the last one. And I think we've given them more than ample time to be
Okay.
here. I was hoping not to be here at this point.
Yeah, right. Well. The way I do things, John.
No, and okay, we're on the record. I'll keep it to myself.
We'll wait till.
Yeah, I'll wait till
We'll
that's
talk
on.
about it when I'm off the record.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I'm at 16 Sycamore.
Right. Sycamore.
The new driveway and parking. One
One of your favorites.
Yeah.
There we go. Well, there, I got it. Yeah, got it. Here we go. There we go. I just wanted to know everything was getting crushed, so. That's previous decision form. Yeah, well,
Violation, start open and permit. Something parking violation found on both. No fine this time, continued or on notice, okay. Just why I continued it. It's 23rd.
oh, not that one.
No progress. Oh gee, that's too bad. Father passed away.
That did happen, yes. Like,
So,
we'll do the old. Going through the old record here. So last time we were here, June 14th, 2023. At that time, the matter was kicked to August 23rd. Must have progress to resolve driveway and open permit. For those of us at home, the open permit was to remove an illegal 3rd unit from the basement of a 2-family residence. And then the August hearing was postponed. Because of the postponement, we sent a new hearing notice to the owner of record. And here's Constable Bondi's delivery with a notation that the occupant confirmed that Mr. Bregas resides at the address. So
interesting, okay.
yeah. So that's my notice.
Probably gonna kill her for saying.
Probably, yeah, exactly. Said, no, not there. Yeah, exactly. So that's I prove them say that we got proper notice.
Yes, notice is found.
Perfect. So the easy one, this is as of this morning. This is what the driveway still looks like. To put it in perspective, I didn't scan it, but for the hearing officer and anybody can come in and look at this. This was a copy of a survey that was done.
Stop, who's LD?
Lee DeMarco, he's our,
Stop numbering them. If we ever have to look back at the record, it should have a number.
number, I'll let her know. She's doing good.
I'm just saying.
She's volunteering to do this for me, which
That's
is
very
nice. of her.
nice. I'm not complaining, I'm just pointing out.
No, well,
Someday we're gonna get appealed and we should have a
One
good
day.
record.
this is true. This may be coming.
So sure this time.
So this was a map that we had from 2010 used in a 2016 approval, just so you get an idea of what we're looking at. It's not on the screen. I do forgive it for that. So the property is approximately 50 feet wide. That curb cut is about 49 feet wide. Obviously that is not allowed, so they have to reduce it. The one thing that works in the property owner's favor is that the house was constructed with no garage. And prior to our zoning, prior to our parking regulations, so parking in front of the house is permitted, just not to that degree.
That doesn't sound too hard to fix.
No, and then like I said, he does have an active and open permit to remove an illegal basement unit. And from a building department inspection, the unit has been removed, the basement has been gutted. But the work to complete, to complete it, close it out, make it, close it up, has not been done yet. So we're gonna have, still under violation, and there is true, he did come in and inform me that his father had passed and they had to, bring him overseas for burial service, so that ate a little bit of time. That was in late August. And here is this is.
And how long are we continuing this?
I haven't really had a discussion on that yet.
Well, based on where he is, what can you?
Well, he. Assuming from what Peter said in his service there, in his notation, is that he is around, he may have just gotten back, but he's around.
He was supposed to be here in August, so we give him another month. What has he done? Has he done anything?
Does not,
He didn't know his father was gonna pass away, I assume.
no, but at the same time, it's something between July and August, could have done a little bit, I
That's what
guess.
I'm saying.
Could have done a little bit, or June and August, I should say, could have done a little bit.
So violation continues, no progress. Again, I'm surprised at the size of your recommendation here. You know,
I
don't usually start out that high.
No, this,
Pissed off at somebody for some good reason.
it's again, this is another one where, they're not bothering me, they're bothering somebody else in the office. If I may point that direction.
It's, for first fine.
The neighbors aren't happy.
Yeah, no, the neighbors aren't.
And no progress and.
Yeah, I understand, but I just. Sometimes a small fine is just as effective once they understand they can be fined. And I don't want to take this approach where the money could have been better used. All right, so. $2,500. Or. Say more than progress, though. Substantial progress.
I think it would be fair that he should be having some progress, at least with the building permit aspect of this.
It's substantial, you can decide if it's substantial. Okay, continued, when are we continuing it to?
No, I don't think we should throw it 3 months out. We do have a November hearing, we can throw it, we have a one additionally to the first. We have November 1st, and then we have another one, November.
So pick one.
Okay, well,
Next hearing is November 1st, is that correct?
the next reasonable hearing is November 1st, yes.
November 1.
Oh, God, yeah. It's November 1st. It was because it was originally gonna be the 25th.
She's done for day or?
I think it's her mom called.
Oh.
Yeah. And we originally had the 25th, but I can't be here, so we kicked it to the 1st of November. And then we also have one, I have it in my notes that we have one on the 22nd, but that's the day before Thanksgiving, so I don't know why we did that.
We're not doing that.
Okay, so we don't have to do that, no, that doesn't matter to me, I may have broke down the wrong date, I may have meant to say the 29th.
22nd, I don't have it here. I don't have it on the 29th either.
Well, I have a note that we had something there, so,
Well, pick it, well, we're gonna give him the first, right?
yeah, we can do the first, that's fine.
So he's 2023, the first.
Yeah.
Okay, Okay, and we need
We'll do that.
notice.
Yeah, we'll do that. That's
So
when,
that's good.
November 1st.
Okay, so that's ready to go.
Yep.
And I don't have. If I go to November 1st.
Oh, I kicked us off again. No, it
I don't
didn't.
have anything,
No, it didn't. I thought it did. Jesus.
I don't have any hearings scheduled after that, do I?
So I put a note down. I don't. We did.
I know we have something in January.
Right. It may not be a bad idea to get,
Next one I have is January 10th.
right. I don't think we should have something in between
Yeah, I would think.
the first. I could have sworn we did something over, but does the 29th work? Yeah, the only reason I suggest that is because I'm not here on the 6th or the 13th.
November 29th. It's okay with me.
Yeah, because I'm not here for 2 weeks in December, and then the week after that's before Christmas,
November 29th. Go back to that. When's Thanksgiving?
22nd. Oh, no, Thanksgiving is the 23rd.
29th is.
29th works. All right, yeah, can do that. Over here. So next hearings for me are 9/26, 10/11, 1/11/1, 11/29, and 1/10/20. Okay, that's a little bit better.
This is you, this is your mailing thing.
Yeah, thank you.
This is just in here before.
Yep.
This is the old stuff. You bring out the gym.
Well, that is,
What did you think?
that is it.
that
Our
lenient?
is
that-
done. Hang on, let me stop the recording here. Next meeting, everybody, for me is September 26th. For Attorney Oberst is October 11th.